Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit about this controversy with rapper Cardi B comments for today and how many people on social media are canceling her because of the things she has said. Um, she made an Instagram post where she called herself, excuse me, herself a retard, and many people are offended by her use of this word because they feel like it is offensive to the disabled community, especially on a day like today, which is International Disability Day and has been since 1992. I posted about International Disability Day earlier today. It was a post from 5 years ago, but I posted it on my Facebook memories. And being as I'm a person with a disability and a person that lives with cerebral palsy, I have been called this word, and it is a very offensive and hurtful word. And yes, she was referring to herself, and she said that, you know, she said people today want you to be like a Mother Teresa, a saint, or whatever. No, it's responding to her. No, Cardi, it's not that they want you to be a Mother Teresa or a saint or politically correct in every term. There's a lot of I'm against political correctness. I'm for free speech. I'm not for censoring Cardi for saying what she wanted to say, especially about her own self. But what I would advise her to do is to consider that you have many people in your fan base that are people with disabilities and may find this word offensive. So, from a marketing standpoint, it wouldn't even be smart or intelligent to do so. You could have said the exact same statement or sentiment without using that kind of language. Right now, I just had something on my lip and I came off as rather goofy or silly or funny or irreverent or even dumb to to a certain degree, but not that. That word is associated with exclusion and a dark period in our history regarding disabled people and even marginalization and exclusion right now. And a lot you could have done the exact same. Again, you could have done the exact same statement without the use of ableist language, and it could have been just as self-deprecating and just as funny without saying that word. I don't think you really realize, and a lot of able-bodied people don't really realize how hurtful that word is to many of us in the disabled community, on par with racial slurs like the N-word, on par with other ethnic slurs, words like, excuse the phrase, faggot, for LGBT people, hurtful, marginalized words that harken back to a time in our own childhoods where we experienced this kind of marginalization. And where you're going to use a word like that, even in a self deprecating sense, you could have put a disclaimer and been a lot smarter. I mean, granted, Cardi is known for her irreverence and her political incorrectness in songs like WAP and other songs. But you don't really realize, even from a marketing standpoint, how you're really alienating people that listen to your songs and people that are devoted fans of yours. And what I really find hypocritical is how leftist political figures like Cardi will automatically castigate somebody on the political right that they disagree with for doing the exact same thing. Like, but expect themselves to be let off the hook by saying something like, "Oh, nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes." Yeah, we all make mistakes, but we have to think before we speak on something that may be offensive to half our listening base, or more than half. When Donald Trump in 2016 mocked that reporter with cerebral palsy, everyone got on him in the mainstream media, and um, nobody gave him a break at all. So why shouldn't we do the same to somebody like Cardi that says this kind of stuff? Yes, it's different. It's a different scenario, but let's not hold the double standard. Ableist discrimination is ableist discrimination any way you paint it, not just from people excusing the people you like and castigating the people you don't like. So if we're going to be consistent, we have to be consistent all the way. Should people with disabilities stop listening to Cardi? I don't know. That's up to them. You know, I listen to her songs on the radio and on YouTube and on Spotify, but I never purchased a Cardi B album, and I'm never going to purchase a Cardi B album, and I don't consider myself a Cardi B fan necessarily, although many people do. But my feelings about this word is it is a very hateful and discriminatory word, and it doesn't necessarily describe the intellectual capabilities of people with disabilities. At one time, this term was a very technical term for people below a certain IQ level. um, Over the years, they've come to use other euphemisms because they see that this word is very offensive. So it's not a thing of being necessarily being politically correct or being politically incorrect, or just offensively. I'm just purposely saying things that could be deemed as offensive. It's more so taking into consideration the feelings of your viewers and your listeners. And she could have apologized. She could have been more humble instead of just trying to defend her indefensible actions. I think what is more offensive is not that she said it. Yes, people make mistakes, but that she defended saying it. She defended saying it. Could you imagine if, like, when Justin Trudeau was caught in blackface, he defended doing the blackface, Or could you imagine somebody that used an anti-LGBT slur actually defending themselves when they were called out for using that slur? That's the extra offensive part. Not that you made the mistake, but that you defend making the mistake as if it's something completely normal. And I'm sure to Cardi B and to some other able-bodied people, it is completely normal. And they use the word completely casually. Instead of saying things like other words they could have used, funny, goofy, stupid even. You know what I mean? Like, instead of using words like that, they choose to use this word. And this word is very offensive and very hurtful to people with disabilities. Myself, I've had this word hurled at me before. You know, you know what I mean? And depending on how you take it, sure, that's true with any word. But there's a really offensive history that goes back to more than just words. Anti-disability actions, like I speak about in my Crip Camp video. Go back and watch my review on that video that I did in the summer. So yeah, I think people are right for calling Cardi B out, and I think she should apologize for what she said, because words have consequences, and we had to realize that sometimes our words can result in hurt feelings and even hateful actions towards a certain marginalized group. But anyway, happy International Disability Day to um, different to all my friends and people with different disabilities and struggles in that sense. And yeah, Cardi should be called out. Peace.